Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Johnson's, and as a geriatrician, I've had the privilege of spending my career dedicated to the health and well-being of older adults. I've seen firsthand what it takes to truly thrive in your golden years, and I'm excited to share some of that wisdom with you today. You know, over the years, I've come to a wonderful realization. What if I told you that the happiest folks in their later years don't just stumble upon joy? They actually cultivate it, like tending to a beautiful garden. And the real secret isn't about having a ton of money or never facing tough times. Nope, it's all about the smart choices they make and how they live each and every day. If you're enjoying these years between 65 and 80, you're in a unique and potentially incredibly rewarding phase of life. But happiness isn't like finding a lucky penny. It's something you build step by step with the right mindset, healthy habits, and thoughtful decisions. Think about it. Some people reach this stage feeling more fulfilled than ever, like they're exactly where they're supposed to be. But others find themselves burdened by regrets, loneliness, and a general sense of dissatisfaction. So, what's the secret ingredient? What do the happiest seniors know that others might be missing? It's not about avoiding every challenge life throws your way. Because let's be honest, life always throws curveballs. It's about becoming really skilled at looking at those challenges in a way that empowers you to handle them with grace and resilience. Today, we're going to dive into 5 really powerful pieces of life wisdom, the kind that happy seniors live by. These aren't just feel-good ideas. They're practical insights that can genuinely transform your experience of these years. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll have a fresh, new perspective on your later years, one that can bring you more peace, purpose, and joy than you might have thought possible. Ready? Let's get started. Number 1. Let go of what you can't control. One of the biggest frustrations in life at any age is beating your head against the wall, trying to control things that are simply beyond your influence. And as you get a little more seasoned, you really start to appreciate just how little of life is actually in your hands. Your body changes, the world seems to speed up, and people around you make choices you might not always agree with. But the happiest people over 65, they understand something really important. True peace comes from letting go. Think back to a time when you were really stressed out about something for weeks, maybe even months. You worried and fretted, only to realize later that all that energy didn't change a thing. All it did was steal your joy. Maybe it was a family situation that didn't turn out as you hoped, or a decision someone close to you made that you just couldn't alter. The honest truth is, the only thing you truly control is how you react to life, not life itself. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about recognizing what you can actually influence and choosing to focus your energy there. For example, you can't stop the aging process, but you certainly can take good care of yourself and stay active. You can't make people behave exactly the way you want them to, but you absolutely can choose how you respond and the kind of energy you bring to your relationships. Take Paul, for instance. At 74, he used to get really upset because his adult children didn't call as often as he wanted. He'd dwell on it, feeling unloved. But one day, he had an epiphany. He stopped waiting by the phone and started calling them himself. He accepted that their lives were busy, and instead of feeling resentful, he focused on truly enjoying those calls when they did happen. And you know what? His relationship with his kids actually improved. Happiness in your later years isn't about trying to be in charge of everything. It's about knowing when to let things be, where to invest your valuable energy, and choosing peace over frustration. Because when you stop trying to control everything, you free yourself up to really enjoy the good things in life. Number 2, prioritize connection, not loneliness. Loneliness? That's a tricky challenge that can sneak up on folks as they age. It kind of creeps in, sometimes without you even realizing it. Friends move away, family gets busy with their own lives, and suddenly, days can feel longer and quieter than you remember. But the happiest people over 65? They don't just accept loneliness as an inevitable part of aging. They actively fight against it. They make connection a top priority. We humans are social creatures. Science has even shown that having strong social connections can actually help you live longer, feel healthier, and even keep your mind sharper. But here's the thing, staying connected doesn't just happen automatically. It takes some effort. You've got to be intentional about staying in touch with people, making new friends, and putting yourself in situations where you can meet and interact with others. Think about Helen. At 78, after her husband passed away, she found herself spending a lot more time alone. At first, the quiet was okay, even pleasant. But little by little, she started feeling isolated, like she was fading away. Instead of letting that feeling take over, she made a decision. She joined a book club at the local library. Then, she started attending a low-impact exercise class at the community center. Slowly but surely, her world opened up again. She was laughing, sharing stories, and feeling alive again in a way she hadn't in years. You don't have to be the life of the party to stay connected. It can be as simple as calling up an old friend, joining a hobby group, or even just saying hello and chatting with your neighbors when you see them outside. The key is to reach out, even when it feels easier to just stay put at home. If you're still with me in this video and finding these ideas helpful, please type number 2 in the comments below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I really encourage you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Your support helps us keep making good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's keep going. Number 3, focus on growth, not just survival. Getting older doesn't mean you stop growing. In fact, the happiest people over 65 understand that personal growth is just as important now as it ever was, even back in your younger years. Too many people fall into the trap of just getting by in old age, waking up, going through the motions, and simply waiting for time to pass. But life still has so much to offer, and people who truly embrace this truth find a renewed sense of purpose and joy. Think about Richard. At 72, he realized he'd spent his entire life focused on work, raising his kids, and just handling responsibilities. Once he retired, he felt lost. Instead of just accepting boredom, he decided to learn something completely new, playing the piano. Something he'd always wanted to do, but never had the time for. He started with simple melodies, then gradually improved. It wasn't about becoming a concert pianist. It was about keeping his mind engaged, his hands active, and his heart excited again. Growth doesn't have to mean learning a complex instrument. It could be taking up a new hobby, reading more books, trying a new gentle exercise routine, or even traveling to places you've always dreamed of. The point is to find something that makes you feel like you're still expanding, still learning, instead of just watching the days go by. Your brain actually thrives on learning new things. Studies show that keeping your mind active can lower your risk of memory problems and even help protect against conditions like Alzheimer's. But beyond the science, there's something deeply satisfying about knowing you're still evolving, still able to master new skills, and still experiencing life in fresh, exciting ways. So ask yourself, what's one thing you've always wanted to do, but never quite got around to? Now might just be the perfect time. The happiest people in their later years don't just wait for life to come to them. They go out and engage with it. If you're still here and enjoying this, please comment number 3 below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to hit that button and tap the bell so you don't miss out on future videos that can make your life even better. Now, let's move on to the next wisdom. Number 4, choose people who lift you up. As you get older, the people you spend your time with become even more important. Some people, bless their hearts, can just drain your energy, while others, they fill your life with laughter, kindness, and a sense of purpose. The happiest seniors really understand that relationships should enhance your life, not detract from it. That's why they intentionally choose to be around people who bring positivity rather than negativity. Think about Helen again. At 74, she found herself in a friend group that did nothing but complain about their health, their families, how the world was changing for the worse. Every time she got together with them, she left feeling more tired than before. Then, one day, she reconnected with an old friend who had a completely different outlook. Instead of complaining about life, this friend talked about new books she was reading, trips she wanted to take, and how grateful she was for the simple joys in life. After spending time with her, Helen felt lighter, energized, and inspired. That's when it hit her. Who you spend time with really affects how you feel every single day. If you're constantly around negative people, it can slowly chip away at your own happiness. But surrounding yourself with optimistic, supportive, and engaging people, that keeps your spirit alive and bright. This isn't about completely cutting people off, but it is about being mindful about who you give your valuable time and energy to. Good relationships aren't just about having someone to chat with. They have a real impact on your health. Studies show that seniors with strong social connections tend to live longer, have lower rates of depression, and even experience less physical discomfort. Laughter, good conversations, and shared moments with the right people release those feel-good chemicals in your brain that boost your overall well-being. So take a moment to think, who in your life lifts you up, and who leaves you feeling drained? The happiest seniors make a conscious choice. They choose relationships that bring them peace, laughter, and motivation. They gently distance themselves from those draining connections and invest in the ones that truly matter. If you're still watching and getting value from this, comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button now so you don't miss more content like this. Let's keep going to our final wisdom. Number 5. Keep learning and challenging yourself. One of the greatest secrets to happiness in your later years? Staying curious. The happiest seniors never stop learning. They understand that life isn't about reaching some finish line and then just stopping. It's about continuously growing, exploring, and discovering new things, right up to any age. Think about Robert. He retired at 68, and at first, he enjoyed the slower pace of life. But after a while, he started feeling unfulfilled, like something was missing. One day, he decided to take up painting, something he'd never done before. At first, he wasn't very good at it, but over time, he got better and better. Before he knew it, painting became something he looked forward to every single day. Not only did it give him a creative outlet, but it also connected him with other folks who shared his passion. Whether it's learning a new skill, picking up a hobby, or just staying curious about the world around you, keeping your mind active is one of the best things you can do for your well-being. It helps prevent your mind from slowing down, keeps your memory sharp, and gives you a real sense of purpose. Studies have shown that seniors who are engaged in lifelong learning aren't just happier, they're also healthier, with a lower chance of developing conditions like dementia. It doesn't have to be something grand or complicated, just something that excites you. Maybe it's learning a new language, trying out a musical instrument, writing down your life story, or even just reading books on topics that spark your interest. The key is to challenge yourself regularly. When you give your brain something new to work on, it keeps you engaged, sharp, and motivated. The happiest seniors know that curiosity doesn't fade with age. It's something you nurture. They embrace change, try new things, and stay mentally engaged with the world around them. Because when you're learning, you're truly living. And there you have it. 5 pieces of life wisdom that can make your later years so much happier. But before we wrap up, let's just talk about the final thought that really brings all of this together. Stay with me for just a moment. Final thoughts. Happiness in your later years isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you actively create. And it's not about having a perfect, problem-free life. It's about making intentional choices every single day that bring you fulfillment, peace, and a real sense of meaning. The seniors who are the happiest aren't the ones who had the easiest lives. They're the ones who learn to focus on what truly matters. They build strong, supportive relationships. They practice gratitude for the good things. They let go of unnecessary burdens. They take care of their health, and they keep their minds engaged and curious. They don't just sit back and wait for happiness to find them. They actively cultivate it in their lives. Maybe you've been feeling like life is slowing down a bit, that things aren't as exciting as they once were. But here's the real truth. This stage of your life is just as important, just as meaningful, and just as full of possibilities as any other time. You have the power to make these years some of the very best of your life. So, ask yourself, which of these wisdoms do you already practice in your life? And which ones might you want to work on a little more? Every small step you take makes a difference. Start today. Make the choice to live with intention, to focus on what truly makes you happy, and to cherish every precious moment you have. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Now I'm really curious to hear from you. Thinking about these 5 insights, which one resonates with you the most right now and why? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I personally read them and they mean a lot to me. And here's a practical takeaway for you. Start small, but start today. Choose just one of these pieces of wisdom. Maybe letting go of control or reaching out to connect with someone, and take one tiny step towards it today. Even a small action can set you on a path to greater happiness. Now, I know that navigating these later years can sometimes come with its own set of unique challenges. If you're facing a particular issue or feeling stuck, please don't hesitate to share your concerns in the comments below. I do my best to read and offer guidance where I can. Your experiences and questions help us all learn and grow together. Please, share this video with your friends and family who might find it helpful. And if you found it valuable, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Your support really helps us keep creating videos to inform and inspire you. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.